Oh, what an adventure! Get lost with Google Maps. Good morning everybody. Well, they said it wasn't going to rain today. I'm a bit sick of the rain, but you can still see puddles over there. Alright, where are we up to with this camper? Okay, what we did was we took the ute to the canvas shop. They did one more fitting, and hopefully next week the tent part of the pop-up goes on, which will be absolutely fantastic. In the meantime, I bought some lights from BASE6 in Queensland. These are red and white with built-in dimmers. I'm going to put them through the bulkhead and wire them into the switching panel. So I just do this one's almost done. I've still got to tie up the wires and make it neat, but I'm not worried about that till I run the other one, and then I'll make it neat. I've got the two slide out drawers for this side sitting in the back, so I'll just show you how I order these from BASE6. Basically I order them with a nut and a tail, so if the light breaks, what I do is I just undo the nut and put a new light in. I also, here's a hint for you four-wheel drives, I also put a bit of goop where the wire comes out of the light, and that just stops any vibrations from hitting the solder connections inside. That's a fail point. I haven't had fail yet, and I believe the reason I haven't had fail is because I put the goop just there on the end where the cable flexes. So this one, I'll just use the soldered butt end connection, and I'll put it in some of this corrugated tubing and run it all the way across, and then it goes inside here to that DC panel with all the switches on it. You can see one hanging out already. That's the wire I'm using. It's plenty big enough. I think it's 4mm twin core, and I've ordered a light for the roof up there that's going on that cross member. 30cm one, it isn't here yet. These are 60cm, or just over 12 inches for you Americans. The one I'm putting up there is 30cm, just over 12 inches. This is 60, which is just over 24 inches. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's coming along nicely and slowly, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I can't, it's too cold to go camping right now anyway. It's down into the single digits of a night time, which is really cold. Alright, so that's where I'm up to. If I have them wired, I'll come back, finish this video. I won't get this one in here wired yet because it's not even here, but I should get these ones done. Then I've just got to open the DC box, wire them to the switches, and yeah, they should all work. We shall see. Okay, so these are soldered butt end connectors. You can see I've got all sizes. I can go right up to 10mm squared, and all sorts of sizes there for joining wires. They're very good. They give you a nice, I don't know if you can see that, they give you a nice soldered connection, waterproof soldered connection. Now what I do is I get tape and I put tape between them not that I need to, but I do. I put tape between them, and then I just tape up that joint, and then that'll be inside the corrugated plastic. And if the light fails at any time, all I have to do is just undo the connector here, okay, the tail, the nut and tail, and put a new light up in its spot. I don't need to cut any wires, I don't need to do anything. This is the easiest way to do those LED lights, is just to simple order them with a nut and tail extension. And the tail usually comes trimmed, soldered, nice, and then all I do is I cut me other wire and connect it. And you can see the wire I'm using is probably 3 times larger than their wire, because I've got a little bit of distance. I've got about 1.3 meters on this light. Oh no, I've got more. I've got nearly 2.2 meters on this light. Not that it carries a lot of amps, but you know, I always like to use just slightly oversized wiring so I don't have any hot spots at all. Alright, so I'm just waiting for that to cool, and I'll wrap it, and then it'll go inside that 13mm corrugated over there. Alright, that's what I'm doing, people. That's time consuming, but well worth doing for later on down the track if you ever have a problem. Okay, so I've got them wired up to the switches down there. Now the first switch on the right hand side of the vehicle, or the driver's side in Australia, is the driver's side storage area. The next switch in is the passenger side storage area, and the first switch, I've already wired it, wire's just sitting up there, is going to be for the internal light that's going to go up there on the roof. How do these BASE6 light work? They're really good, and I've already showed you how we took them all the way across. So the black switch is a white one, and you can brighten it up, you can dim it down, you can turn them off. The red, dim them down, and they go really bright, and turn them off. Now red, which is my light of choice by the way, when I'm camping in the night time, attracts 0 bugs. Okay? The orange or the yellow everyone uses, that attracts almost as much bugs in my experience as a white light. There's a few companies now doing either tricolour, which is white, blue and red. Don't use blue, that attracts bugs like crazy. That's more for ships at sea, is the blue light. So that's how this side works. The other side works the same. I'll show you that. So it works the same. So we got white, and the dim function works the same. Dim, bright, off, red, bright, dim, bright, and off. And we've still got to clean up in here too, and I've got to put some goop around these bulkhead holes. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bulkhead holes I need to seal, and then that internal air is different from the internal air here. And I've got to mount these drawers, but that's not for today. Today was electrical, And now we just got to clean up all the metal filings and everything else, and we're done. Alright, so that's it. We're getting there. Hopefully next week sometime we go in and they fit the rooftop tent onto the top of it, and then we can put the bed and everything in and sort the storage out and work out how I'm going to run the electric blanket cables, and because you got to have an electric blanket in winter in Australia. And let's face it, on low, a side they use 1 amp. So if you've got a double bed electric blanket, or a queen size bed like we got, I think ours is a straight double, they use 1 amp a side to run it. Well, that's per hour. So I mean, instead of freezing, just use a 240 volt electric blanket and an inverter. And the inverter running an electric blanket probably uses another amp. I did test it in a video a long time ago. It's not a lot, because those inverters use bugger all. They use 0.4 in standby mode. Oh, that's it, people. That's coming along. I hope you enjoyed that wiring video. Keep safe, and we'll come back when we get some more work done. Cheerio. Bye for now.